What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dodgers Explicit, episode 7. I'm Josh,
And I'm Ram.
and today we're going to be going over what a Josh Hader contract could look like, an update on the Shota Imanaga sweepstakes, and discussing what's worse for baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Oakland/Las Vegas Athletics. But let's get started. So we got word that Josh Hader is seeking a contract like the Edwin Diaz contract, 5 years, 102 million. Reportedly, nobody has gone over 100 yet. But what's your opinion on him seeking this money?
I think he'll get it. Josh Hader will get the money because let's face it, he is a great closer or a great reliever, whatever you want to call him. Um, who's gonna give him that money though? Will the Dodgers give him that money right now? Last year I would have said no, but this year I think we probably would. It's kind of what we need, but that is a lot of money. But then when you think about it, the pitching market right now is crazy. We don't really know where relievers stand right now. It's confusing. It's like the good relievers are sitting at around 10 to 18 million, and then I guess it makes sense to sign Hader for over 20 million. How much? What's the AAV on that?
Well, 5 years, 100 would be exactly 20.
Yeah,
So,
so it sounds about right, I guess. I don't think it's that high of an ask nowadays, but I think he will get that money. I think he will get over $100 million.
yeah, I agree with you. I think he'll get the money. He is an elite closer. As far as like you said, if we're gonna throw him that money, I'm not sure. Like it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't want Josh Hader and his ego on the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Me either. He is. It goes. There's two different answers for him. Yeah, you can get mad that he doesn't want to pitch more than 3 outs or more than one inning, whatever it is. He his main thing is he doesn't want to go into an inning that he had already sat before. So he doesn't want to like go into an inning and then sit and then go in again. Which as a reliever, I guess I wouldn't want to do that either. But there's one person that can say it's part of your job, and then the other person that says, well, he just knows his strengths and he's not effective when he takes a break and goes out again, which can make sense because relievers are kind of just you get up, go, get your outs, and get the hell home. That's what you get paid to do. So it makes sense, but it doesn't. If your team needs you, you gotta execute on that. I'm sorry. So if he does get that 20 million AAV, I think he needs to learn how to get coached.
Yeah, I think if he's getting $20 million a year, he needs to be ready to go in at any time during any point of the season. Especially if you're the best reliever on any team, you need to be hot every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And his whole thing is he doesn't want to go into an inning where there's, a couple of base runners on and then have to pitch the next inning. Or he doesn't like pitching on back to backs, which I find is also just terrible because as a closer, let's say we're in a big series in September in the division race with the D-backs and it's games 2 and 3 of the set. Game 1 we lost. We need to win both games. I'm gonna want my $20 million closer out there both nights, regardless. So I think for him expecting this money, he better lighten up on his guidelines he has.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It makes sense, but then, like I said, there's another side of the argument. He's just not as effective on the second day, and he's not as effective in the second inning, which makes sense. But any reliever, if you're not injured or anything like that, if you're in the MLB, and if you, even when you're a kid, bro, if your coach calls on your number, you have to go out and perform no matter what the circumstances are. You have to go out and do a job. Josh Hader doesn't understand that. His ego's too big. But would I like him on the Dodgers? Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, a left-handed reliever. What do we have? We have two right now: Caleb Ferguson, Alex Vesia. Oh, and Yarbrough, if we count him as a reliever.
That's three. I think I read something. We only have like three or four active on the 40 man lefties,
Yeah, I think those are the only three. Um, because we let go of Brian Hudson and then we traded Victor Gonzalez. So
which is fine.
yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. I'm very confident in Caleb Ferguson and Alex Vesia, so I think I'm cool if we don't get Hater, but like something just tells me we're gonna get Hater.
I know. I just have a feeling. I It's just because we're in a state right now where we're just getting everyone and we didn't expect to. So we low key know it's in the back of our head. But just real quick, what's your prediction? I think I saw something as a finalist. These were the three real quick. Let me find it real quick.
It was Dodgers, Blue or Dodgers, Rangers, and I think like Red Sox or something.
Yankees.
Yankees.
Dodgers, Rangers, Yankees. And even anyone out the blue. Who do you think signs Josh Hader?
Um, I think he's a Ranger to be honest. And my reasoning is that was their only like real downfall of 2023 was their bullpen and specifically the back end because there was like at no point in any series did a lead feel safe for them because of how like bad their bullpen was. I mean, yeah, they won the World Series, congratulations, but at the end of the day in the offseason you're trying to get better. And I think improving the back end of the bullpen would be huge because Aroldis Chapman was back there just blowing saves every fucking day. So
Aroldis Chapman was going out there and he was going out there to go out there. That's all he was doing.
he's going out there to do the opposite of his job.
No, yeah. Uh personally, ever since I heard Josh Hader was a free agent, I've been saying he's a Texas Ranger. I made a prediction video on my YouTube channel. I said he's a Texas Ranger. Now I kind of have second guesses. I don't really understand what the Rangers are doing right now. I mean, they won their ring. We know their payroll's high because I mean, let's face it, they have that middle infield is what, $1 billion almost. And
Close.
it's like, do they want to spend or are they fine with their ring? I don't know. Because they even let Mitch Garver go, right?
Yeah, he went to the Mariners.
They let Mitch Garver go and they haven't really made any moves. So him going to the Rangers, I don't know if the Rangers are going to give him that money. Um, so I have a feeling the Rangers are out for some reason. I don't think he's going to be a Ranger anymore. I think it's going to be between the Dodgers and the Yankees. And I think it's going to get to a point where the Dodgers are just there to run up the price because the Yankees aren't going to lose out again. The Yankees are not going to let the Dodgers outbid them again. So I think he's going to go to the Yankees on a crazy contract. I can just see it. But here's a big thing on Hader. I do think the Dodgers should push heavy for him just because he's someone who can beat us. He's someone who can shut down our 1, 2, and 3. In any playoff series, in any regular season game, if our top of the lineup is due up and you throw in Hader, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, we're losing. So, same thing with the Blake Snell thing. If we can't beat him, just sign him. That's the only reason why I want him. Just because he's gonna be able to beat us. He's gonna be our weakness this year. The lefties.
Yep, Mookie's gonna pop out. Freddie's gonna strike out on a down and away slider, and Shohei's gonna roll over
Mm-hmm.
like that.
And Mookie's gonna strike out looking too.
He's either gonna strike out looking or he's gonna pop up to the shortstop.
Strike out looking, or he's gonna make a half swing.
But no, I think I agree though. I think that left-handed pitchers are gonna be our weakness this year. I mean, I don't ever remember a time when it was our strong suit, but um that's just how it goes as a Dodger fan. You've known that lefties have just always killed you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, that's why I think we need to go get Shota Imanaga, but we can get into that.
All right, let's get into it.
So Shota Imanaga's contract was reportedly not leaked, but like it was kind of some insiders were giving like their estimate on what his contract could look like. And the contract was said to be around 5 years between 85 and 100 million, which is 20 million AAV. If you watched episode probably 2, I said that this was an ideal contract for him, saying that it was around like I was saying like 20 million AAV because like he's a great pitcher, but he just hasn't shown enough yet, and he hasn't pitched in the MLB yet, and he was kind of like the second prospect out of Japan, second to Yamamoto. And I think that as a left-handed pitcher, you have that also luxury where you're going to get a little bit more money because you throw with that left hand and not that right hand. So I thought that this was already an ideal contract. and I heard that the Dodgers were possibly looking to pursue him. So, what do you think about this?
I heard the Dodgers, and was there other teams in on it?
I just saw the Dodgers, one of the Dodgers pages reposted it, and
I feel good about it. I think he would be a great five starter. We wouldn't have to rely on Emmett Sheehan to be a five starter throughout the whole rotation, and we get our lefty, which is our lefty situation is kind of concerning for sure. I think it addresses a big need. So I like the idea. Not too expensive. And overall, we know he's gonna go out and not be bad. He's not gonna pitch poorly. We know that.
mhm,
So would he make a playoff rotation for us? Probably not. He would probably get pushed to the bullpen in the playoffs, which is why I think he'll end up going elsewhere. I think he can strive elsewhere. I think he really can. With the Dodgers, though, we're just so stacked that I don't know if for him it's worth it. You know,
yeah,
if he
no,
wants to
I
if
think
he
so.
wants to play with his other Japanese guys, then yeah. But I think for him as a player, it's not worth it. Kind of like the Kike Hernandez, Jock Peterson, why they left. They just didn't have the role they thought that they deserved.
Hmm. So it was actually reported by Showtime underscore news on Twitter. They have 57K. It's a Japanese group that reports on baseball, and it's obviously translated in Japanese, but there's a an English option that says Dodgers are considering acquiring Shota Imanaga. Local report says, are they going to acquire three Japanese players? Candidate transfer destination: Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Giants, etc. The contract is estimated to be worth 85 million over 5 years with the potential to reach 100 million. So there was your answer. The other possible candidates were the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Giants. What do you think about those destinations?
I think he's a giant. It just
I think
for some reason he looks like a giant. I don't know why.
I could see that. But you know what I was thinking too is, you know who really needs like a like a two, like a solid two, and Shota Imanaga would slide in perfectly, would be the Red Sox.
I can see that too. I think someone will give him that money. But will it be the Dodgers? I think they will. It's just to a point where why don't you want to play for the Dodgers? That's how I'm seeing this. Why wouldn't you want to play for the Dodgers? But I mean, we can't have everyone, and if we do, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I feel like I see him in that giant uniform. Plus, they're gonna throw their money at him just because they're desperate right now.
Hmm. Yeah, but I mean the Red Sox haven't really done much either. So I could really see them tossing him like a good little 5 year deal with maybe for like 105 just to add a couple extra dollars in there. And they have a player over there for him to be friends with, Yoshida.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't
He's
hate
up in
it.
the air.
Yeah, he's really up in the air. But I mean, we need a lefty though, man. We
I
need a
know,
lefty. We just do.
I know, we do, and we really do. Our rotation is ran by righties. Our bullpen's ran by righties. We need someone, another one more lefty, at least and preferably in the rotation. Which we can run Yarbrough out there, but he's gonna give us what 4 or 5 innings every start, like which is fine, but I don't know. Plus, you got to think about injuries. Our rotation looks good. The depth is okay, I would say, for this season. I just think a lefty completes it.
I think the depth is actually really good because we have a lot of guys on the 40 man that are just starting to get their feet wet in the MLB, like Kyle Hurt. Landon Connect was supposed to pitch one day, he never ended up pitching. And then Gavin Stone. So we got guys, but I'm saying all these right-handed pitchers. We just need a lefty. That's it.
Hmm. We need to develop one of them things down there.
Hmm. Got one in Double A, but he's not ready yet. So,
Yeah,
but moving on to this graphic that you had sent me, and I had already seen it, and I was gonna go over it on our next episode. Was which MLB franchise is worse for baseball? The Los Angeles Dodgers or the Oakland Athletics?
This is a good question, I think. I really do think it takes a lot of thought because you have one team who has all the money in the world and clearly can just buy anyone they want. And you have another team whose owner isn't spending money on their team. So, who do I think is worse for baseball? Coming from a Dodger fan, I think the A's are worse for baseball because they're just not spending the money to compete. If you want to compete in this, you think about it. You're in a league right now that the Dodgers are in, Major League Baseball. You compare those two franchises, and it's not even close. The gap difference, which and the other side of the argument is the Dodgers just have so much money to buy anyone they want. They buy their rings. Well, look at it like this. Look at the Mets. Look at the Padres. Spent all this money. Both teams last year didn't even make the playoffs. So the Padres were way over the amount of money they were supposed to spend. They had to get rid of Soto. The Mets got rid of Verlander and Scherzer, and they didn't because they couldn't make the playoffs. So as far as it goes to the Dodgers are buying their rings, nah, they're just way smarter than everyone because we picked the right guys to sign, and those guys do good. So if we go down in it, the A's are worse because we need a full league where everyone's ready to compete. When everyone's ready, when everyone can compete, that's when baseball is the funnest because there is not a clear winner.
Yeah, I even think that with this Dodgers team that we're not like sure we could be the favorite all we want, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be whoever gets hot in October. So it doesn't matter all these players we got. If the 85 win Nationals come in and Lane Thomas is smoking hot carrying that team to the World Series, then that's who's going to win it. At the end of the day, that's it. Like it's just going to be who gets hot in October. You can't buy your rings in the MLB. That's not how it works. You can't.
You can
But
set
as
up a
far
good team for sure.
you can give your franchise the best chance to win the World Series, which as a fan you appreciate, of course, because your owners are putting out their good product, and it's something you want to see night in and night out. But for my answer, I mean, again, biased Dodger fan, but for me, it's easily the Athletics that are worse for baseball because I always try to compare things to other sports because I feel like everything in sports is just so relatable. So, for example, the Warriors super team, right? KD switched from KD switched from OKC to go to the Warriors after they lost to them, and the Warriors ended up winning a championship, but they had already won a championship before. And like that was good for the sport. That was when the sport was at its peak. Was when people were sitting there hating on the Warriors, hating on Kevin Durant for switching teams. That was good for the sport at the end of the day. People didn't like it. Nobody says you got to like it, but it gets the interactions. It gets the people watching. Nobody's sitting here talking about, oh, the A's aren't doing anything. This is so bad for baseball. Nobody's talking about that. Just because it doesn't get talked about doesn't mean that it's not worse for baseball, though. Nobody cares about the A's right now. All they care about is trying to get to Vegas as fast as they can, and I don't know what they're gonna do because they got another 4 years in California, but they only have this next season at the Coliseum, so they're gonna be playing out of high school. So nobody cares about that. It's all about what gets the interactions and the clicks. And it sounds bad, but that's how it is. Like the internet rules the world now. So with the world running like that, sure, you can say the Dodgers are going to be worse for baseball, but at the end of the day, when everyone's tuned in for the World Series to see Shohei Ohtani go for his first ring, Yamamoto go for his first ring, and Mookie Betts try to go for his third, Freddie try to go for his second, like that's going to be peak baseball. The ratings were so down this year because Rangers D-backs, you said it in our first episode, who watched the World Series? Nobody. Rangers and D-backs fans, that's it. I'm gonna be honest. I probably watched a total of like 6 outs from that whole series. And even you're asking me, oh, why aren't you watching it? Bro, I don't care. Like NBA's on now. I don't care about the World Series. My team lost. And yeah, I might sound like a shitty baseball fan. My team lost. I'm not watching. But like when it was uh when it was Cubs Indians at the time, I was watching that one because that was a
Hmm.
damn good series. It had me entertained. I wanted to see Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Javi Baez, all these guys play. No, I didn't want to watch Rangers D-backs. I'm sorry, I just didn't. And it's not even because people are gonna say, "Oh, well, it's because the D-backs beat you. You're just salty." Bro, the D-backs outplayed us. Like they deserved they didn't it wasn't that the Dodgers deserved to go to the next round. The D-backs deserved to go to the next round. That's not why I didn't watch it. It's just that it wasn't peak baseball. I didn't want to watch that. There's other sports out there that I would rather watch than watch the World Series of 2023 at least.
Yeah, there's no name on the D-backs that I wanted to watch. The only reason why I watched some of the World Series was because Corey Seager was my favorite Dodger.
Hmm.
So that's the only reason why I watched. And even still, bro, I fell asleep, dude. That game he hit that home run, I fell asleep and I woke up to Corey Seager hitting the home run. I woke up because he hit the home run. It was a boring game. It was until that point. And I woke up, I was like, damn, Seager, like, why do we let him go? Why do we let him go?
Really,
But
that's not how you woke up.
that kind of is. And then after that, it was just boring again. Like I knew the Rangers were gonna win. The D-backs didn't belong there. And if the dot it goes like this. If the Dodgers or Braves would have went to the World Series, the Rangers wouldn't have belonged there either. It was just nobody wants to see 80 win teams in the World Series anymore. It's not good for the game. We need to see superstars. The numbers need to go back up, and the Dodgers need to win. That's it.
And that wasn't even like a shot at like D-backs players. Like they got good players. Like I like Corbin Carroll, he's a stud. Ketel Marte's been a stud for years, but it's just not something that I want to sit and watch on my couch for 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not
There's
Acuna. It's not Mookie.
no, it's not.
All right, real
Okay.
quick, something else I want to say on the A's and Dodgers stuff. The Dodgers are making moves, and it's making people want to go to Dodger games. Even if you're not a Dodger fan, you want to go to a game to see the top guys play. I mean, think about it. If you're not a baseball fan and you're trying to get into baseball, who's the team you want to watch right now? The Dodgers. So the A's aren't making anything happen to make people want to go to their game, which is why, as a franchise, they are not expanding at all. Like nobody goes to their games because they don't make it fun. It's bad for baseball. If every team was like the A's, there would be no baseball. Nobody would want to watch baseball.
No,
If every team was like
absolutely.
the Dodgers and wanted to spend money, man, we'd be having a powerhouse everywhere. And that would be
Mm.
fun.
It would be. It would be way better if every owner wasn't as selfish as they are, because that's the reality is these owners are rich and they're not willing to spend money. Sure, you can say some owners have more money than others, but at the end of the day, these guys are worth $1 billion. And yeah, we just signed two guys for $1 billion. Like, okay, we're a big market team, so yeah, we have a little bit more money to spend, but these owners need to spend money. But I actually just saw something and I wanted to tell you. So it says Spunichi Annex is reporting that the Dodgers have a strong interest in new ace Yoshinobu Yamamoto's unique training methods, and that we're going to hire Yamamoto's trainer, Osumu Yada.
So when everybody has that Japanese pitching windup,
Now that little leg swirl
yep, the leg swirl and the little extra pauses, just get that extra power.
says the one thing sources have wanted me to tread lightly on is the relationship between Yamamoto and his biomechanical guru Osamu Yada, who has guided Yamamoto's unique physical training and mechanics. So we just hired him. So cool. Cool. That's one way to keep your star happy. I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you that.
Mm-hmm. We're not
I
playing
like
this
that.
year. We are not playing this year.
No,
Our
we are not
ownership,
playing.
our management, they're not playing, bro. It's up to the players for a lot of pressure on the players. You guys have to go out and perform. And if you don't, then you just not only failed your management, you failed your owners, you failed the guys who are paying you, and you failed the fans of the Dodgers. If you don't perform. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, if you go 1 for 22 again in the fucking playoffs, I don't know what the fuck to do because that shit pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know how you're getting paid that much money and you do that in the biggest moment of the whole season. That's how you perform, really. I'm telling you, the Otani mentality. When
No.
they when they look at that strike one, when Freddie looks at strike one, steps out of the box, takes a deep breath, and looks over and sees Otani swinging the bat, he's gonna be like, "Fuck, I gotta get on."
Instead of looking at a curveball right down the middle.
Oh my gosh, embarrassing! Can't believe I wasted my money at both those games.
Gosh.
All right, so next up, we got some fan questions from you guys on Instagram. Um, if you guys would like to follow us on all platforms, especially Instagram. We want to interact with you guys as much as you can and be able to give you guys the opportunity to have like little segments on our podcast for us to discuss them. So I posted a couple questions and then I left it open ended and said, drop a topic you would like us to talk about. But the first question that I proposed was, should the MLB shorten the season? 28% said yes, 72% said no. What's your take on this, Ram?
I think the results were actually pretty surprising. Most of them said yes.
No, 72% said no,
Uh,
28% said yes.
okay, you said it backwards.
Oh, I
Okay.
did?
Yeah. So 72% said don't shorten the season. Here's my
Mm-hmm.
take. I think the MLB should shorten the season a little bit. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
120 games because and here's my reasoning. There's too many injuries in this sport and there shouldn't be. If you bring 120 games and have the same length in time, April to October or April to end of September, give the guys more days off over time. It's hard going on a 14-day stretch, playing every single day, going on the road, not sleeping well, playing. Some guys go on crazy stretches, and I think if maybe sometimes you can give those 2 days in a row off instead of just having one day play one day. It's tough, man. It's like your your job is physical. And me, I'm working and my days off are random and I'm still tired. So I can't even imagine as a physical job that it's hard to stay healthy. And I understand they have the training and all that for it, but still the body's gonna wear out eventually. There's a lot of injuries. A shorter season would help keep people healthy for a strong playoff run.
I agree. I think I was kind of thinking about this because because we've talked about this like, months ago about possibly shortening the season. I think for me, I would shorten the season as well. Like around what you said, like 120, 130 games. You know how it's normal right now? Like it's standard, right? You're gonna play 3 game series. Like that's pretty much normal. And then 4 game series is considered like a long series.
Mm.
In my opinion, we should make 2 game series the normal series and then 3 game be like the long series and give more days off in between, like you said, and keep the exact same format. April to end of September, October playoffs. And like you said, it's gonna keep the arms more fresh. It's gonna keep everybody more healthy. And like you said, imagine like there will be stretches this year where the Dodgers play 13 games in 14 days, right? They get one random day off in the middle. Like that's hard. Imagine you strain your calf, right? Or you're taking a lead and you push off a little bit wrong and you tweak your calf a little bit. And then you go, damn, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play tomorrow. And then you look at the schedule and you go, wow, we don't have an off day for another 7 days. Like I gotta survive 7 days like this, and then you're out for 3 games or you're out for the next week. When in reality, if you had an extra day off in between, you go, okay, well, I could get extra treatment this day. I could stay off my feet this day. And I just think overall it would prevent injuries, the arm injuries as well. I know it would mess up everybody's stats and their innings pitched, all that. Who cares about the stats, right? Keeping the players as healthy as possible and keeping the stars healthy is big for fan bases. I mean, at with all due respect, if Mike Trout gets hurt this year, God forbid he does, I don't want him to get hurt. I'm tired of him getting hurt. He's a great MLB player, one of the greatest to ever do it. But if he gets hurt this year, who's gonna go to an Angels game?
Nobody.
Exactly. So my point is keep these stars healthy. Keeping these stars healthy will, in the long run, be better for the sport. And be better for their careers. So I think, yeah, the MLB should shorten the season a little bit.
Yeah, the stat part will suck. We won't be able to see like crazy amount of RBIs, crazy amount of homers.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, I think I've learned that the regular season doesn't matter. The regular season is just your chance to get in the playoffs. And I think even within 120 games, if you're not proven to be in the playoffs, then you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Which I know some stuff happens at the end. It's a long season, but if 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 they're expanding the playoffs for more teams to make the playoffs, then shorten the season a little bit. If
Yeah.
not, go back to the old playoff format, go to the 162 games, and there's no excuse why you shouldn't make the playoffs with the 162 games unless you just suck.
Hmm. All right. So the next question that we asked you guys on Instagram was, well, it was kind of, I kind of set the line. I didn't want to look at any like, betting websites to see what they had. I kind of set it myself. So with the 162 game season, I said, will the Dodgers win over or under 100 and a set? Will the Dodgers win over or under 107 and a half wins in the regular season? And 68% of you guys said over, 32% said under. Ram, what you think?
170 and a half.
Yep, over or under.
Mm, I'll say over. I think they'll get 108. I think that's a good line. I
It
think
is a
that's
good
a good
line, huh?
line. I don't think they'll break the 110 again because I think we'll be more relaxed during the season. I would say maybe like we're gonna win a lot of games either way, but I don't think we're gonna go record breaking. I think we can, but I think it's to the point where regular season doesn't even matter. Just win your division or just make it to the playoffs at this point. Apparently, the wild card series is better anyways. So I can't see us going over 110 games, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens.
Yeah, at this point, what's the record? Like 117 and 01 from the Mariners?
117, 18, 19,
Something
somewhere
like
around there.
something like that. So I think obviously we can break that record, but do we get a trophy from breaking that record?
No.
So that shouldn't be our goal. For me, I thought I said 107 and a half because like I said, or actually like you said, I could see us winning 110 or I could see us winning like 105 and, give a couple extra off days to certain guys. I think Freddie played 161 last year, and the last day or the last like 2 days he took off or something like that. So, maybe have Freddie play 145, give him off days more often. Just try to keep the guys healthy. That's it. We got to be healthy and hot. Healthy and hot in September going into October. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And I
Because
think
we're gonna
another,
win games.
I was gonna say another thing about that. Forgot. What was it? Remind. What were we talking about again?
About trying to be as healthy and giving extra off days to stars this season, and because we're gonna win a lot of games regardless.
Yeah, we are gonna win a lot of games regardless. I forgot what I was gonna say though. It was a pretty good point, but oh well.
It's all good. But moving on to our last um last question that I asked you guys was, should the Dodgers re-sign Clayton Kershaw? And 95% said yes, 5% said no. It was 18 to 1 votes, and the one vote was Ram's sister.
She don't know what she's talking about. 100% yes. 100% yes. Clayton Kershaw needs to win another ring with the Los Angeles Dodgers. If not, we failed him. Even though he's failed us, but we failed him. He needs another one with us.
Yeah, he carried our staff for a lot of years. I think it's time where we bring him on in the middle of the season when he's ready to pitch, let him get his couple innings in. And I still think he can be a big piece for us because before he got hurt, he was a hell of a pitcher in the first half.
Yeah.
And we do need another lefty. We've been saying it.
I think him. Can you hear the dog barking or no?
No.
Okay, good. I think adding Kershaw to at the five, which sounds crazy because he was our ace last year. Um, I think that's actually a good idea. He's gonna be hurt half the year, but I mean, Kershaw's still an elite pitcher, man. Like you guys don't believe it, but Kershaw can still go get it. He might not be throwing 95 anymore, but He'll hit you with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball and then drop it 1 mile an hour down with that nasty slider. I'm telling you, Kershaw is still crazy. He still has a lot in the tank. It's just the injuries hurting him.
Yeah, and then can we just talk about how much it would hurt if he's in a Texas Rangers uniform or any uniform to be exact?
I know, and I wanted to bring this up. I think you did. We might have talked about this on here, but last year, a lot of people thought he were going to go to he was going to go to the Rangers.
Hmm.
Isn't that crazy to think about? He would have won a ring this year if he didn't come back to the Dodgers.
It would just hurt, man. Like Kershaw's been on the Dodgers my whole childhood, and he's been the best player or the best pitcher in MLB for many of those years. Won an MVP, Cy Young awards, even hit a home run on opening day against the Giants. Legendary shit. I just feel like seeing him in another uniform would just hurt. Like
It would.
it's just one of those things where he needs to retire a Dodger, and that's it. He
Hmm.
has to.
He has to. There's no way he goes anywhere else.
Alrighty. Moving on from the Kershaw question. So I also gave like a open-ended, and I just said a little picture of the stadium with a little open-ended question. Said, drop any topics down below that you'd like us to go over. We got a couple. So the first one is from Jay the Goat underscore 30. And Jay said, should the Dodgers go and get some bullpen pitchers to upgrade the bullpen for the playoffs?
Mm. Should they? I don't know. Do we need to? I don't think so. Well, we got to remember Ryan Brazier's a free agent, and he played a big role.
He is.
But we also have guys like Training coming back. Somebody else too, no?
JP Fireheisen.
Oh yeah, that he didn't pitch a game last year.
Mm-mm.
So do we need to? I don't think so. Is it a possibility that we will? I think we'll add like we'll have a sneaky pickup, which we like to do. I think we'll just sign somebody for pretty cheap and turn him into a beast. One of those situations. I don't think I don't think we'll go out and sign Hater. I don't think we'll make any more big splashes, but I think maybe a couple pitchers or maybe give our guys down in the farm system a role in the bullpen. We'll see. But no, I don't think they should go out and get anybody crazy in the bullpen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're gonna sign some guy off the streets named like Jonathan Delgado, and he's gonna have a 1.5 ERA in 50 innings. You just know that's how it goes. Like we just find these random gems every single year. I
Hopefully he's a
mean, Chris,
lefty.
no, hopefully. I mean, like Chris Martin at the deadline turned him into a beast. He got a fat contract with the Red Sox. Yency had a beast year. I mean, he had a down year last year, but he's still on our roster. And then Brazier from last year. So we always have these random gems, but right now our bullpen would be, I'm gonna read it off. Our bullpen right now would be Yency, JP Fireheisen, Michael Grove, Joe Kelly, Kyle Hurt, Evan Phillips, Blake Trinan, Vesia, and Ferguson.
Pretty solid, in my
I'm
opinion.
uh, I'm cool with that bullpen. And then we got a couple other guys, Yarborough. Um, I expect to see Nick Frosso up at some point this year, who we traded for Matt Beatty. Thanks, Padres. Oh, I didn't even say Bruzdar.
Oh yeah, Bruzdar.
So yeah, and then Lennon
Terrifying.
Kanak. So yeah, I think we got guys to answer Jay's question. I think we already got guys that can do the job. I think we could. Obviously, there's always room to upgrade, but I think as of now, I think we're good for the bullpen.
For sure.
Yeah. So the next question is from Audrey Ramirez, 1994. Said, "Is our left-handed pitching depth scary?"
Yeah, it is. Guys like Kershaw, guys like Montgomery, guys like Hader, guys like Snell should be on our list for sure. It's kind of concerning because on the offensive side, our weakness is going to be facing lefties. On the flip side, our weakness with our pitching is we don't have enough lefties. So I don't know how I'm trying to draw it up in my head, but it doesn't sound like a good mixture. It sounds funky. It sounds funky. So something about that needs to change for sure. I don't know what they need to do because we have crazy names in our bullpen and in our lineup, but a lefty will kill us, and a lineup full of lefties will also could also have a better chance against us. Against us,
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't like the way that that's meshing together, but at the same time, you got Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, Bobby Miller, Tyler Glasnow. I mean, you can't really complain too much,
hmm
but we know, I mean, as Dodger fans, we're not sitting here trying to be this um we're not trying to be preseason off-season champions. Like we know how it correlates into the season into October, and right now, a left-handed pitcher would kill us, and not having a left-handed pitcher would kill us. So I that's why I think Imanaga is the perfect fit. I mean, he's 20 mil AAV, and he would slide right in, be our 4-5 starter. And I just think it'll be perfect. We can also watch his innings because I think he's like 28. So we can also monitor him. We got other guys. We need him for when it matters most.
we need a filler lefty. That's all we need.
Yeah. But that was actually a good question though. Um,
Who was
and then
that
the
from
last,
again?
Audrey Ramirez, 1994.
All right, next one.
All right. The next question is from, well, his name is crazy. Manuel Mathia Rambula. Mathula I don't know.
All right,
Manuel.
tell me, Manuel.
Manuel says thoughts on Tyler Glasnow and Manuel Margot signing with the Dodgers. Well, they got traded, but we get the point.
It makes me happy. Last now, I just hope he stays healthy. Margot, we'll see what he does. I mean, I don't have high expectations for him, but he could have a high ceiling. He could be another little Chris Taylor in there.
He could be. Yeah, for me, I'm very happy with the trade. I thought it was amazing how we basically flipped Tyler Glasnow or Ryan Pepio for Tyler Glasnow and then proceeded to extend Tyler Glasnow right away. I also I also like how he had an interview with someone. Or he had an interview with your boy.
Who?
Um Disarm. He had
Oh,
an
he did.
interview with Disarm.
Oh, he did an interview with Disarm. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he did an interview with Disarm, and that's where he kind of went over like his arm and how he's been having a problem with his arm for years, but in reality it was because the muscle was detached from the bone completely, so it just kept bothering him. So he got that all done, and he thinks that that's what's been bothering him for years and years, and that's why he kept on getting hurt around the 11th and 12th start of the year and around the same month, like it just all lined up. So we hope he stays healthy. We hope that was the issue and that there's no more issues going forward. I mean, obviously it's a long season and people are bound to get injured, but we just hope that it's doesn't hit us as hard, and if they are injuries, they're just minor. And then I mean, he's a great pitcher. Like at the end of the day, he's going to be with Mark Pryor. Mark Pryor's a demon of a pitching coach. Like he's who everybody wants to go see, and I think that's ideal for us. And then as far as Manuel Margot, I actually love the move because we didn't have to spend big money on somebody. Um, we can platoon him so he faces the left-handed pitchers, and Jason Hayward faces the right-handed pitchers. And I also saw a stat like a week or so ago about Manuel Margot. His stats inside of the trop were terrible, but outside of the trop they were pretty decent, and especially against left-handed pitching. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I do think it was a great move though.
For sure. Me too.
Yeah, but anything else you want to go over today? I think that's about it.
I want to ask you a quick little fun question,
Go ahead.
and I don't know if it's obvious or not. I'm kind of stuck. Is
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani gonna sign? Or fuck, I fucked up. Is Shohei Ohtani gonna retire? Fuck, I fucked up again. Is Shohei Ohtani gonna join the Hall of Fame as a Dodger or an Angel?
Well, did Shohei make the playoffs with the Angels?
He has two MVPs.
Okay, that's fair. But at the end of the day, the most important thing in any sport is a World Series ring, a Super Bowl trophy, or an NBA Finals trophy. At the end of the day, that's what matters most. So if he wins 2 rings with the Dodgers and maybe one MVP or maybe a Cy Young, something like that, then he's gonna retire Dodger, no doubt. Especially for all the money he signed for the big deal. I think he'll retire a Dodger for sure.
or Hall of Fame as a Dodger.
Or retire a Dodger. He'll go into the Hall of Fame as a Dodger, yeah.
I think so too. I think I think he'll win two more MVPs and win 4 rings or something. I don't know. He'll probably go crazy. But we'll see though. Only time will tell.
After that, after he if he does that, then there's no doubt he doesn't even care about that red and white.
Poor Angel fans, man.
Oh, poor them.
Feel
But
bad.
make sure you guys be sure to follow all of our socials. Dodgers.explicit on everything except for TikTok. Is Dodgers explicit with no dot, but we're gonna change it to a dot in just a couple days. But make sure you guys do that. We're constantly posting all the clips from here. And then if you want to be featured in one of our videos coming up where we open up the questions to the fans again, we're obviously going to do that. Like right now, it's a total dry spot in the MLB free agency. I mean, like Giolito signed today. We were mentioning Giolito was going to be a
We
Dodger.
didn't even mention that today. Hold on. Let's talk about that real quick. Or yeah, let's talk about it and then I might cut it out the episode. We'll see. Maybe it could just be a clip. Real quick. His contract, what was it? Was it 2 or 3 years?
2 years, 38.5 million.
That's kind of crazy. But at the same time, you're only getting 2 years. So n- not a bad contract because if he does suck, then it's only 2 years of sucking. But if he does good, like we know he can be, then maybe you can talk extension. But I think it's a weird signing. I don't know how I feel about Giolito completely. It's kind of weird. Also, the Red Sox. I don't know where they stand right now. It's so confusing right now. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, as soon as I saw the possibility of him getting close to 20 million a year, that's when I made that clip of the dog side eyeing because I don't know why anybody would give Giolito 20 mil a year. But when you're desperate like the Red Sox, I mean, sure you throw that money, but I think they could have easily put that money towards Imanaga and got them a guy for a couple more years. But hey, does that take them out of the Imanaga sweepstakes? I don't know. Probably not. But I do think that I mean, good for Giolito. He got some money after having a pretty poor couple years.
Hmm. Dude, he did shit with the Angels.
He was out there throwing batting practice.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, make sure to follow us on all platforms. Thank you guys for all the support and like we're just trust me, we're just as antsy as you guys are for the season to start. We can't wait to go to all these Dodger games, film all these videos. Shoot, when we get a big enough following, meet you guys because we're about to be at a lot of Dodger home games.
Hmm.
You guys will see us up in that reserve often, so we will
Anywhere,
not.
shit. We're about to be Roman.
We're about to be roaming the outfield, going to Shake Shack, spending $50 on a burger.
Eh,
But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all for Otani, baby.
Yep.
Every single thing I buy at the stadium is for Otani this year.
Everything. Every single thing.